Residents wanted to have solar to predominantly reduce their bills, to give them some protection against future rate increases, as well as obviously doing something for the environment, doing the right thing. But the challenge was Ergon Energy as well, the DNSP. This is the first time this model had been used, so taking them through the process and getting them to be confident in the process was a real challenge. And it took a lot of time, a lot of convincing, but at the end of the day they saw that it was a very viable option and that worked in the best interests of stakeholders. People living in apartments have been left out.
Queensland does not have an approved solar technology, and so we had to go work with Ergon Energy to understand how we can integrate or simulate a solar sharing technology while complying with their regulations. This would be the first project that they have somehow covered through the technical regulations to make this a solar sharing project. In terms of the engineering effort, the way we design the system is we create the scenario in our warehouse, test it out before we can actually implement it there. So we actually got a N-phase microinverter system up on the roof. We split the panels equally and we're able to simulate Ergon turning off the system before we got to actually designing the boards and testing it in reality. It's in ZECO's DNA to test our products before we install it. The challenges working in Queensland are specifically on Magnetic Island. It started with it being an island, the electricity supply was harder to access. So we had to do an assessment of the site's transformer before we could actually prepare to find out how much solar we could install on there.
Our engineering team, led by Janik, one of our senior engineers, led the way with the discussions with Ergon Energy. It was tireless. Then the team, Jason and his team on site doing the installation, it took a little bit longer than we expected, but over the last 3 months they've worked tirelessly, particularly in the heat in Townsville.
With the design of this site, we gave each customer or each tenant the opportunity to opt in and opt out, which is specific to our solar sharing system. Most other solar sharing technologies do not give you the option to opt in or opt out. It's a full system that divides the solar equally to each apartment, and that's what's uniquely different with our solar sharing technology, where we can custom build it into each apartment specific to what the apartment needs.
We've been building our Marshall technology over the last 4 or 5 years, and we've done other multi-tenanted sites before, MDU site. This was an extension of that. It's a slightly different version to what we've installed previously. We can do it from 6 apartments up to as many as you like, a couple of hundred. So the technology is very flexible, it's scalable. It's a challenge to move that solar around the community without going out to the grid. And our Marshall technology gives us that flexibility to do that.
The boards that we've installed are custom boards. So if they ever wanted to get EV chargers installed for their apartments, they wouldn't need to rent any space. They could directly link a line to their parking spot from the board.
The business vision, ZECO Energy vision, is to make solar renewable energy accessible to all. People living in apartments have been left out. Some buildings have had solar installed, but there's still a hell of a lot that haven't. Our technology allows us to reach out to a lot more apartment owners and offer solar as a way of reducing their electricity bills.